podcasts I've listened to.
So I used to, for the past 5 years, 6 years, I was listening to Flagrant 2 a lot and Brilliant Idiots.
You've been listening to Flagrant for 6 years?
Yeah, 2017. I was one of the first OG listeners, I think, like one of the first 150.
Yeah, you put me on it.
Yeah. Now I listen to, I kind of scaled back from it. Now they have 2 episodes a week, 3 episodes a week.
Sorry, when you were watching it, were they making the videos on YouTube, or was it just audio only?
They were. The cast was a bit different though. It started with Schultz, Akash, and Kaz.
So it was always video.
Okay. Video and audio.
Yeah.
Kaz left. He had other priorities, and they didn't see eye to eye. I think.
Okay.
Not on me, just I don't know.
Yeah.
Kaz is a bit different now. I like it a lot now too. Kaz was good too, but I listen to All In.
All In,
which is like these 4 dudes that are super successful in life, like David Sachs, Chamath. I can't say his last name. I don't want to butcher it.
Sure.
There's 2 other dudes that are very successful and rich too. These guys are like venture capital investors, or public market investors probably as well. So they just share their opinions on the economy.
Oh,
what's
so
happening
financial advising.
Not financial advising.
Well,
not advising, but more like maybe
analysis.
There's some advice too, but like they bring their commentary to what's happening currently. And if you listen to their episode like 2021 November,
yeah,
you could have probably saved yourself from losing a lot of money in 2022, because 2022 markets were down by a lot, right? So a lot of people lost money. So, and they gave that, like, they waved their red flag around November 2021. So I wish I was listening to them back then. I could have saved myself a lot of money. But so now I listen to them, and they've been super, like, it's always good to listen to people who are smarter than you and
sure.
Successful.
It's also cheers. How do you tell if they're just putting on a front? That's the other thing.
Well, they don't put on front. Their whole thing is public. Chamath was one of the
so
key employees at Facebook.
I feel like a lot of these people though, like
a lot of the people that you see on Instagram that make shorts on like how to invest, fake gurus. But these guys are well documented. They're the largest limited partners in their investment firms and whatever. You can look at Chamath and see that he was one of the first key employees at Facebook.
Yeah,
it's not like just like fake Instagram investment gurus.
Yeah, for sure.
How about you?
So I started off with Andrew Schultz now.
I put him on.
Yeah, you put him on.
You're welcome, Andrew.
Andrew gave you a lifelong fan. Remember that.
I've been putting people on.
He gave you a lifelong fan, and you saw him in Toronto. So
if
I did watch him more, I would have tried my hardest to attend that event, because you're a really funny dude. Like straight up.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's quick too, man.
He's one of the best in the game right now. Like active comedian.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's a super funny guy. His crowd work's amazing. Obviously, like Joe Rogan Experience, but that's very far and few in between. I feel.
Yeah,
I feel like he doesn't drop them.
Too,
Yeah, but the thing is, I listen to them in background at work. I'm sitting in my car all day, or I'm driving around. So I have my company laptop, and I just like I throw it on, and when I close the laptop, it just plays the noise, and I just hear it, right?
When he has a good guest, you can laugh a lot or learn a lot.
Yeah, that's the really cool thing.
Live, laugh, learn.
Coolest interview I just saw was on the Schultz, and I think he got this guest from Joe Rogan podcast. It was Yeonmi Park, this lady who escaped from North Korea.
Yeah,
that whole thing was just
great,
jaw dropping.
Yeah,
really cool. So,
I only listened to a portion of it.
It's wild.
It's wild, man. The circumstances that people live in,
dude. The craziest part I heard from that podcast, spoiler alert, was if you speak out against the dictator, they take 8 generations of your family and imprison them, or kill, or forced to work, whatever. So one guy escaped, she said, and they ended up imprisoning 30 to 35,000 people because they went 8 generations back. And it's like these people don't even know that they're related.
Yeah.
That's wild. And then like the years start when the dictator is born. So if you're like 40 and the new dictator is born, you're 0. So they have like an old age and a new age. That's just ridiculous, bro.
This is like the Borat movie.
Yeah. No, it's facts.
The dictator?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally a parody movie about this.
And when they ask her about it, she's like, at least you have freedom to do that stuff. Like, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I think it's cool. Like, it's good. You have freedom for that.
Yeah, we take a lot of stuff here granted in the Western countries. Like, to be able to criticize your government and publicly state it.
Yeah.
We take it for granted, and it should be like available to every people. That's how you drive society forward.
For sure.
You challenge the status quo and you make changes. Maybe you overcorrect. You go back a little, and then that's how societies go forward.
Yeah. Now, before I continue telling you more about which ones I listen to, we're gonna introduce the beer.
Oh yes.
So this is I only grabbed this Cameron's Brewing, Oakville, Ontario.
I don't think we tried Cameron's Brewing.
We have never tried it. It's Captain's Lager. So that's like a triple, quadruple entendre. J. Cole would be proud.
What does Captain's Log mean?
It means a few things. So,
give me
one I know is like a diary that they keep log of the activities. Captain's Log today.
Open for interpretation.
You got this. Another thing, it could be Captain's Lager, because it's like log. Right. Another thing, it could be the
number 2 that he
two that he takes.
Then he goes to the. You know what?
Yeah, so that's like a triple entendre right there. It's a golden lager. What's in the back here?
Yeah, you read that.
Captain's Lager. Since 1836, many a captain has used Oakville's first lighthouse as a guiding light during their evening voyages. A true Oakville landmark, the first lighthouse keeper was also the town's first tavern owner. Oh, that's sick. That's a cool story. Today's Captain's Log is brewed with only the finest 2-road malt barley and cold aged for a smooth, refreshing taste. Enjoy it while relaxing by the lake or after dark, and make this day worth an entry in your logbook. Awards. It has an awards section. That's sick. Gold, Ontario Brewing Award. Gold, Canadian Brewing Award. Gold, U.S. Open Bar Championships. Open Beer Championships.
This is pretty good. Actually, the taste amazing too.
Tastes really good.
Like, I'm not surprised that this won awards.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I'm gonna show them the design.
And it's called Golden Lager, maybe because it won so many gold awards.
Yeah, I guess.
I like Jay-Z laugh.
I like the can design. You know, it tells you your story that we just read there.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. Shouts out to the graphic designer who designed it.
Yeah. So other podcasts I listen to, just leave it there. We'll promote it. You know what I mean? Put it in front of the camera.
Yes. So
it's always in view.
Yes.
Subconsciously sending you guys messages. Another really big podcast I like watching recently is Raw Talk, Bradley Martin's podcast. So I feel like he always has interesting guests. His story is pretty cool. He's a pretty inspiring figure, especially in the fitness community. You know Bradley Martin?
Yeah, huge dude.
Yeah,
huge.
Yeah. So he's sick.
He was on Andrew Schultz's podcast actually,
and that's why. And I watched that too because I saw I just saw a clip of it and I was like, what the hell? When did I not see this? And I saw it was so old, so I was like, oh, I have to go watch it.
A couple of years ago, probably.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Huge dude. He could apparently go play competitive football, I think. I'm not sure.
A lot of sports. Dude, he could dunk off her.
Yeah, crazy athletic. He hit the gene lottery.
Yeah. He's like, I think he's saying he went viral first off of jumping out of a pool. That was his first viral video. And then he was part of the Don Mazzetti Broverse and being in the Bro Science videos and all this stuff, and then they kind of collaborated.
Yeah. How do you feel about Bro Science? What's your workout split like these days?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, specifically, right now I'm just doing push-pull legs and arms, and then abs. I'm
you
working
push
out.
yourself now? Like
I'm doing like 5 times a week.
are you like?
Yeah, I hit 200
on
for
bench.
2. Yeah.
My man.
I didn't tell you that?
I've been telling Phil the longest time that he's babysitting his bench press.
Yeah.
He's been like under, what is it? Whatever. He's been underestimating himself by a lot. Cause like the dude is huge. If you can do push-ups at your weight, what do you weigh?
I weigh 190.
190. If you
Maybe
can do
2.
push-ups for like 20 reps, 30 reps, like you can bench more than 135. What he was babysitting. I'm like, dude, there's no way you weigh that much. You do this many push-ups, and I'm bench pressing more than you. And he finally realized his powers. It's like, you know, the episode of Invincible where the guy realized he has superpowers.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, he can do much more than 200, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If he keeps at it.
You know, the tipping point was in December. I did 1,000 push-ups in a day. I was laid off of work for a month, and I said I'm going to start my layoff being productive and do some things. So I did 1,000 push-ups in a day, and then it took me like realistically a week to recover, and then like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, we got a gym membership and started going, and I was like, man, if I've done 1,000 push-ups, like, I could do a lot more on my bench. So I put on 185.
Yeah.
And I did that. Like first I did the 45s in my warm up. Then I put on 185. I did that.
Yeah.
And then I was like 195. And I'm like, it's 5 pounds. Like I just need 200.
Yeah.
So I put on 2 more 2.5s, and I cranked out 2 clean. Yeah. And the third one, Priscilla like caught it and lifted up for me.
So if you didn't fatigue yourself, that you probably could have hit 200 for 3.
Probably. Yeah. Probably. But when I did it, I was pumped for like 2 weeks too. Yeah. I was just like, holy. We did this. I was freaking out, and then I started doing squats, and I did a hack squat, right? Yeah. And I did 225 for like again 2
LA
reps.
Fitness has hack squat.
Or sorry, Smith machine. My bad, not hack squat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have hack squat as well, but I didn't do that.
I like Smith machine squats just because like I don't want to worry about
form or balance,
stability.
Yeah.
Like, I can do much more on Smith machine squat. Like I can do like, and I'm trying to build my legs now. I had a hamstring tendonitis last year, so I'm trying to build my legs up again. So I could do like 270 on Smith machine. I'm starting to target legs a lot. 235 normal squat back squat. Like.
Yeah, I'm starting to target legs a lot because Priscilla called me out, said I have no booty, so I'm like, okay.
You got no legs.
I gotta do this. I have legs. I don't have butt though. It's just like literally the wall.
Yeah, and like I feel some sort of way doing hip thrusts in a gym as a guy. I feel like that's so like stereotypically like.
I really don't feel anything about it.
I feel like people are judging me.
Really?
I have no issues doing it. I'll do it at home.
Oh man.
But I feel like people are judging me. Like when I do it, I get stared at.
I feel no ways. How much are you lifting? Are you doing like 400 pounds?
No.
Because then I'd be sitting here like, God damn.
If I'm doing hip thrusts, I'm going for volume, right?
Yeah.
Just but like, even then, I feel like it's like such a stigma.
Yeah.
That it's for girls.
Yeah.
That I feel some sort of way, so I just do like. I do it at home, but I can't even load it that much because I don't have a barbell like a 45-pound place.
But the best thing about the hacks or Smith machine is Priscilla's form is terrible, right? So she's new to this stuff, and
she got to stay a little bit up front, be more quad down.
Yeah, exactly. So that way, like, because when I saw her squat normally with just the bar, I was like, this is gonna take a long time. Like, let's just go use the Smith machine and you focus less on the form and. It kind of builds itself as it's happening, right? Like, of course, you keep conscious about it, but it's a lot easier to maintain.
Do you cue her form when she
does regular squats? Definitely. Like, there's a lot to fix, though. That's the other thing. It's like when you tell people like 4 things to fix.
Yeah, you can't. You just gotta start with the easiest.
You know what I mean? Like they get discouraged. I don't want her to get discouraged. I want her to stop going, and I don't want to overwhelm like. Yeah.
You gotta pay attention to this.
Like your knees are going in.
You're leaning too much forward.
Yeah, exactly. You're not sitting enough. All this stuff. So it's like let's just go on the Smith machine and do that for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
and then you'll build some sort of muscle memory of the movement, and then we go on the barbell.
Also, you build some muscle, which is probably makes it.
That's probably
will make it a little bit easier.
To be honest with you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ellen, she has. So I go to the gym with Ellen. We go to the same gym, and she like she started hip thrust with like 15 pounds on each side of the barbell.
Okay. So with the barbell.
So with the with like a small barbell, like a 25 pound, not Olympic.
Sure.
Now she's doing like 42 and a half.
That's good.
Repping out like in like a 6 month period.
That's really good.
You know, it's
really
amazing improvements.
Yeah.
And
when you first start, it's like you with nothing.
Because you don't know what your strength is, right?
Yeah.
And your body's not used to training, so some stimulation builds a lot of muscle in the first year of working out, then plateaus a little.
Yeah, definitely.
So you hit your potential basically.
Yeah, but going back, I think bro science is a work of art, to be honest with you.
The pod?
No.
Bro science itself?
Bro science itself. The pod is raw talk. That's just Bradley Barham doing his thing. But bro science, that Dom Mazzetti character is like.
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious. I think he's uncancelable because he's playing a character. It's like if Quagmire from Family Guy can't get canceled because that's the character. The character's a scumbag or whatever. I'm not saying.
Yeah, people are a fan of him because of who he is.
Exactly.
It's not like he's portraying somebody else and being a scumbag behind the scenes. He's a scumbag on the scenes. So if you're a fan of him because of
playing the villain, right? Or not like he's not even a villain. He's just like a macho douche dude, but it's funny. It's super funny, and he does say some stuff that's kind of like, you know, it's not the best advice in the world, but some of it's true.
Funny. It's comedy. You know?
Yeah, of course. It's satire and stuff, so it's good, right?
And I don't think like, as long as people don't do like some crazy like crime or whatever, like it's not really cancel culture. When you look at people who've been canceled, really canceled, they have done some crazy unforgivable stuff.
Pizzagate stuff.
Like crazy stuff. Everybody else, it's just like they got a slap on the wrist. They had to maybe lay low for a year. They're not really canceled. Like, you know, Louis C.K. is not really canceled. If he drops a special, I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
But he got like a little bit punished.
You just get backlash. You can't confuse backlash with being canceled.
Yeah.
Another good podcast I like is Nelk. Situationally speaking, I like Nelk.
Yeah, I don't listen to that many podcasts anymore.
Really?
Nelk is good. Like
Nelk is good, depending on their guests, right? So they have like some very expensive people on there. They also have some very like interesting people. Like they had like Trump. They had Elon Musk. They had Dana White. They had Mark Cuban. You know what I mean? It's like pretty big figureheads in society.
So that's my issue with a lot of podcasts. Like now the podcast space is like so open. Everybody can interview anybody.
Oh yeah.
And so, but the host's intelligence or the level of knowledge
doesn't matter.
Sometimes it does. That's why I like All In. Like all four of them are highly successful people who can speak to their fields.
Yes.
And you know, can oppose each other publicly. Whereas like a host like Nelk Boys, what do they know about business or politics that they can oppose the other one, like the other side? They don't have the same level of experience in that field.
They have it in two things.
They're highly successful. Don't get me wrong.
Business and YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
So they could offer insight of that, right? Which is what we are kind of doing.
Fair.
The other one is business and alcohol because they have Happy Dad.
Okay.
So those, yes. Other things like if you're talking about like politics,
venture capital, investing your money,
none of that stuff,
laws and regulations,
none of that stuff,
taxes, like
creating content the audience will watch.
Sure, whatever you want to do, follow the experts in that field.
For sure. I like when Mr. Beast comes on podcasts. His insight is gold. It's valued, like it's super valuable.
If you're trying to create content, Mr. Beast, Nelk Boys, they're your North Star.
Yeah. But Mr. Beast is also good for business content as well.
It's
because
easy.
he has like 4 or 5 businesses.
I understand it, but like
Beastables.
it's because he's so popular. It's not like he started from scratch.
But he
He's
knows
a marketing machine.
He knows
himself.
the business as well because he hires these people. He goes to.
I disagree
all
with
these
that
things with
because I'm sure he does, but I disagree with one field where he didn't become a businessman and then he got famous.
100%, yeah.
He became famous, then became a businessman.
Then hired businessmen to teach him and
yeah, but it's easier. But you, like not easier, not easier. I don't want to say easy,
but you still get to the same.
He worked.
You still get to the same.
But like, I'll take advice from him if I'm trying to go viral, create content.
Yeah.
But I won't take advice from him on business because he became famous first through content creation, then became business. If you become, I'll take advice from someone on business if they became a very successful businessman.
Yeah.
Then they got famous. You know, the other way around. I delivered it in a very verbose way.
Yes, and that we're clipping it. We're getting it viral. No, okay. Patrick Bet-David. You see his podcast?
No.
He's
how many podcasts you listen to, bro?
What I usually do is when I see, I told you, man, I'm driving my car all day. I just play them.
Damn,
dude.
I listen to them when I walk to the gym like 15 minutes.
I work 44 hours a day, so I'm driving. Or sorry, not a day. 44 hours a week. So when I'm driving, these podcasts finish in like I finish one in a day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's like a 2-hour podcast. I'll finish like one before lunch, one after lunch.
Yeah. Try to give a listen to all of them.
I'll try.
It might be a little bit like if you're not tapped into the investing world. Might be difficult to get a grasp, but they also like it's good to know even if you don't only understand 10% of it. These guys are very smart people.
The other thing is I noticed so the reason why you say how do I listen to so many is because what I tend to do is I look for certain guests, specific guests, and just search up podcasts with the name, like Jamie Foxx podcast, for example, and every podcast he'll be on, I'll click on like all of them.
Yeah.
And I'll watch them, and it'll be like a different host. Like Steve has a podcast. Mike Tyson has a podcast. All these guys have podcasts.
Yeah.
So if I'm like, okay, I'm looking at Dana White podcast, and Dana White's on the Steve-O podcast, then he's on the Mike Tyson podcast, then he's on the Milk podcast. So I'll watch all of them.
Yeah.
And sometimes the stories are recurring.
This beer is amazing, by the way.
It's great. Sometimes stories are recurring, and I'm like, okay, cool, like, sure, whatever. So I just get to hear it all, right?
Yeah. Steve-O was on Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
Interesting character.
So when I like Andrew Schultz, I look at the podcast he's been on. He's been on Joe Rogan.
Because they plug it in, right?
Yeah, I watched that. I'm like, oh wow, okay, cool. Theo Vaughn, bro. Theo Vaughn is, oh my god, he's so funny. He's so silly, dude.
Fanboy.
He's so silly, bro. He's so silly. Like, the guy's jokes, man.
Theo is hilarious. But anyways, yo, this beer, what do you rank it out of?
Oh man, I'm giving this like a 9.
Yeah,
for sure, easily. Yeah. Like it's so refreshing.
Yeah,
easy to drink.
Yeah, after the last episode, the IPA.
Yeah,
this is like, this is like an angel's kiss.
Yeah,
it's so nice.
You know what it reminds me of? When Sarah, the sales rep for Whitewater Brewing Co., she told us that a lot of breweries are tending to make light beers because why? More people will drink more of them.
Yeah.
So when we drink the 7% beer, it's a struggle to get through.
Yeah. And
then we go to this 5% or whatever, 4.9, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to drink. It's crisp, it's cleaner.
I don't know if high alcohol percentage is the smart play for breweries.
I mean, like,
because there's a cap on how many you can drink, and that cap is lower. Whereas for a 3% beer,
I want to get drunk with pissing the minimal amount. Because when you drink light beers, you're just gonna go to the washroom all day, all night.
I'm not even trying to get drunk. I'm just trying to watch a basketball game, football game, a movie, a TV show. And I'm just trying to relax. And I don't want to drink a soda. I don't want to drink Coca-Cola.
Sugar.
The 40 grams of sugar in it. I feel like beer might be the healthier choice, quote unquote.
It is with the burger, apparently.
Yeah, it might be. So like, I'm not even trying to get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it having no alcohol if it tastes good.
You used to buy non-alcoholic beers, didn't you?
Yeah, because like sometimes I just want to have a few while watching an NBA game, and I'm not trying to get drunk. I'm just trying to drink something.
Yeah.
You know, and if I have beer,
that's not coffee, right? Because it's late night.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll drink coffee, but like I won't be able to sleep till like 4 in the morning.
It's late night. You're not gonna go drink coffee.
So I want something that is not like Sprite, Coca-Cola, or Pepsi that has a lot of sugar in it. I'm just trying to like relax, have a sessionable.
To me, light beer is too close to water. That's why I don't like it.
Light especially.
Light especially. If we're talking like 3%, because when you go to the U.S., most of the beers are lights as well.
It's like beer flavored water.
Yeah, and I don't enjoy that, to be honest with you. I want to
taste the beer.
I want to taste the beer first and foremost.
But don't want to get drunk.
Depending on the night, I want to get drunk. Like if it's some sort of event or something, like yeah, I'll want to go and get drunk, but like reasonably, responsibly, not like fucking belligerently.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that. So, you know, this is a good choice. Like I could probably have like 5 of these.
It's easily drinkable.
Yeah, dude.
We gotta wrap the episode up.
Yeah. So I say this thing is a
9.
This beer is a 9 out of 10.
9. Don't put the Hitler clip. Yeah, put the Hitler clip.
Saving that one for later. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. So show the support.
Peace out.